everybody. Today I'm going to make Melomakorana, which is like a honey dipped cookie with walnuts. So I'm going to go through the ingredients and then I'm going to quickly show you how to do it. So to start, we need oil, eggs, semolina. There's two types of semolina. This is a fine semolina, but you can get a medium. Orange juice, baking soda, baking powder, pure vanilla extract, and butter, and of course flour and sugar. So that's for the cookie. After the cookies are done, they need to be dipped in a syrup. So I'm going to go through ingredients of that. Okay, so for the syrup, which you're going to dip your cookies in, you need honey, water, sugar, and some cloves, whole cloves, and some cinnamon sticks. Okay, now on top of, once the cookies are dipped, what we have to do is crush some walnuts and some cinnamon and put that on top. So you're going to need some walnuts and some ground cinnamon. So now we're going to start making the cookies. Okay, so we're going to start by putting the oil, basically all the wet ingredients, and we're going to mix them together. So I'm doubling my recipe, so I'm not going to give you the measurements, but I will have all the measurements posted at the bottom of the video. Okay, so there goes my oil, and I'm going to mix my butter in there. And my eggs, and my vanilla. And I'm gonna give those a mix with the mixer, and then I will come back and put the orange juice in. But I have to mix the orange juice with the baking soda, so it's gonna be kind of like it's gonna make a little science experiment there. And okay. So I'm going to mix these. It's going to get loud because I'm going to mix with the mixer there. I don't know if you want to actually listen. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so now I'm adding the sugar, and I'm going to mix it some more. Okay, so I'm going to put the baking soda into the orange juice. It's going to kind of fizzle up a bit. I'm going to give it a little stir. And then I'm going to pour it into my wet ingredients. And then I'm going to give that a little mix as well. Okay, so once this is done, I can start putting my wet ingredients. So I'm going to mix this up. Okay, so here goes the baking powder. And after the baking powder, we're going to put the flour. Now, with the flour, like I said, the recipe will be at the bottom. It's basically, it's not an exact measurement, because with a dough like this, you have to basically look and see what the consistency of your dough is. So the recipe says 5½ cups of flour, but it could be 5, it could be 5¼ it could be, you'll have to judge when we get there. We'll see what it looks like, and that's how we'll judge how much flour we have to put in there. Okay, so I started to add my flour to my wet ingredients, and I'm slowly mixing it in, and it has to become like a cookie dough, but not a tough cookie dough. It's a very soft dough that you can form into cookies with your hands. So I will see at this point how much flour is going to go in there. Okay, so it's a real workout on the arms. Okay, and I'm going to add some more flour. Okay, so I forgot to put the semolina. You have to put the semolina in before the flour. Luckily it came to me, because these cookies would not have been what they're supposed to be, because that's the most important part of the recipe. The semolina. Anyway, so I'm putting the semolina in before I end up finishing off with the flour. And obviously with the semolina, you obviously don't need as much flour, right? So, okay, I'm going to mix that and see what it comes out to, and then we'll see if we need any more flour. Okay, so I've got my semolina mixed in, all my dry ingredients, and I've stopped with the flour because I don't want to over flour. The dough seems to be soft and manageable. I'm just going to try it out and see what it, you know, when I form a cookie, if it's actually going to stay together. I might need another, I might need a little bit more flour. But no, I think they're okay. They're a greasy cookie, so if you see, like, look, they're not, the dough does not stick to my hands, but it forms well. So I don't think I'm going to put any more flour. So I think we'll shape them and put them on our pan and see what that looks like. Okay, so I'm just going to work the dough a little bit, just a tiny bit, a minute or so with my hands, just to make sure that everything, there's no semolina at the bottom of the bowl and there's no flour. The dough is completely mixed well. And I'm going to get to forming my cookies. That's going to take a while. But I think the dough's, the batter is great. It's a little sticky, but yeah, very manageable. Good. So I'm gonna start making my cookies, and like I said, it's a very crinkly dough, so we're gonna try to make them as even as possible, and the dough kind of cracks and it's not an even dough, but that's okay. I'm gonna preheat my oven at the same time to 350. Yeah, that will help if we turn it on. There we go. And the oven should be ready by the time my cookies are done. I lined a baking sheet with parchment paper, and I'm going to, once my whole pan is full, I'm going to stick them in the oven and we'll see how they turn out. Okay, so I've got my first tray of cookies. I'm going to put them in the oven. My oven is preheated, and that's going to stay in there for about 25 minutes until they're golden brown. Okay, so I think they're done. Let's see what they look like here. Oh yes, golden brown. They don't rise too much, and see, they're kind of crinkly. But see underneath there? Perfect. So we're gonna let these cool completely, and in the meantime we're gonna prepare our syrup for when they're cooled, and we're gonna boil them for about stick them in the syrup for maybe about 10 seconds, and then put our nuts on top. Okay, so here are our cookies. I still have another batch in the oven. So in the meantime, I'm now going to ground some walnuts and some cinnamon, and that'll be our topping after we dip them in the syrup. So I'm gonna grind them now. I put the walnuts in here with a teaspoon of cinnamon, and I'm gonna grind. Just, it doesn't have to be ground to, like really ground, but just in tiny, tiny bits of walnuts, so you can put that on the cookie. Okay, and we're now going to make our syrup. Okay? So, I'm gonna get the burner on here. Okay, so now we're gonna make the syrup. Okay, I already put the cloves in there and the cinnamon sticks. So I'm gonna add my water. My sugar, and then we're gonna let it boil. Oops, a daisy. Let's put this in here before it spins. My honey, and my sugar. Okay, so I added the sugar, and here goes the honey, last bit of the honey, and we're gonna let this boil. And what we're gonna do is once it's boiled, we're gonna lower the heat. And we're going to take each cookie and with the slotted spoon, dip it in to the syrup for about 10 seconds and then take it out. Okay, so it's coming to a boil now. Yeah, it's boiling. I'm gonna let it boil for a couple of minutes, a minute or so, and then we're going to take each cookie one at a time and slowly put them in there. There we go. Don't overcrowd your pan. Let's put it down a little bit. And let them, soak a little bit. And then you take them out. Whoops. And then you put them on your pan. Whoops. Yeah. Flip them around. And then, yeah. So you keep doing this till they're all done. And once they're all done, we're gonna put our walnut mixture on top. Okay, so these are my Melomakorana. They just came out of the honey. So we're going to put some walnuts on top of them. But before that, I want you to see, look at my cute nails. I had them done yesterday. Festive. And look at my cute little snowman. How cute is that? Anyway, I just wanted to share because I think they're just so cute. So we're just gonna put our walnuts, whoops a daisy, on top. And then you have to let them cool completely. Let them cool completely, and you could serve these on a plate in a muffin, you know those the foil muffin things, or the muffin papers. You can get colored ones and put them on a table like that. But we have to let them cool first, and then we're gonna taste them. Okay, the Melomakorana are done. They finished baking. I dipped them in their honey and covered them in the walnut mixture. And you can decorate them like this. They look cute on a plate, or like I have them in my Tupperware for, because they have to last me all week because Christmas is on Sunday. So I'm gonna taste them to see how they look, how they taste, I mean. They don't look that great, but I usually don't go on camera, but my son insisted because he's my photographer today. So let's taste it, Nick. It's good. Soft, not too sweet. Yummy. Try them. Okay, so don't forget to that I put the recipe in the description at the bottom of the video. And feel free to follow me and like and give me a comment. Tell me what you think. Give them a try.